In this video, we're gonna demonstrate how you can provision an EC2 instance and start getting you familiar with the process in action. If you want to know more about the EC2 itself and the concepts, I definitely recommend you to take a look at our previous AWS EC2 video to cover more details. Okay, to create our EC2 instance, we have to first navigate to EC2 section in AWS console. We can do that by either navigating to the service list, clicking on compute category and selecting EC2, or directly by typing EC2 in the search box. So this brings us EC2 dashboard. Here we can see the list of our EC2 instances and other settings, and at the moment you can see we have no instances running and no instances provisioned at all. The first step for creating any AWS resource is making sure that we are in the correct region. For now, I'm going to create an EC2 instance in US East 1 region. Okay, I go here and click on Launch Instance button. So this is the EC2 instance creation wizard. We'll start by giving our instance a name. Let's call it my server 01. Next, we can select Amazon Machine Image or AMI, which is the operating system of our instance. There are plenty of options available from Windows Server and different Linux distributions. For now, I'm going to choose the latest version of Ubuntu. After selecting our operating system, we can select the instance type of our EC2 instance, which is our desired hardware resources that we want to allocate to our instance. As you can see, the default item is T2 Micro, which is a very popular free tier option. And if I scroll down a little bit, you can see there are many different types of options with different CPUs and memory configuration, which are designed to be flexible depending on how much compute, memory, or network bandwidth you need. But for now, we're going to stick with T2 Micro for this example. Next, you can generate a key pair so that you can connect to your instance using SSH. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to click on Create New Key Pair here, and I'll call it my first key. And I can leave the rest of these as default. This will automatically download the private key to your machine, and the matching public key will automatically be configured on your EC2 instance. Next, we get to choose the network settings. Here, you can choose which VPC or subnet you're provisioning your EC2 instance in. I'm going to leave these settings as default as well. You can also edit the default security group. Security groups are acting as the firewall protecting your instance. You can specify which types of traffic and from where can reach your EC2 instance. For our demonstration purposes, we can leave this to SSH traffic from any IP address. But keep in mind that for a production environment, you should definitely restrict it to be not open to the whole world. And that's what this little warning is about down here. Then we can also configure our storage. For example, we can add a new storage volume if required, or increase the size or the type of the operating system disk, which is also called the root volume. And finally, there's an advanced details menu where you can override a lot of default behavior. You don't have to worry about this for now, but just know that it's there. Yeah, all done. You can go ahead and click Launch Instance. Easy peasy. And here it should only take a few seconds to actually create the instance, and it will take about a minute or two to start your server. We can give it a little time and hit refresh for a few times until this pending state changes to running. There we go. We can see that the instance is now running, and you can see that we have different options such as stop, reboot, terminate, which is deleting your instance, or we have several options related to network configuration of the instance, changing hardware specs, modifying the security groups, and so on and so forth. But for now, we want to connect to our EC2 instance. So go ahead and hit connect. On the default tab, just by clicking on connect button, you can remotely connect to your server. You can copy paste commands and do whatever you want with your created EC2 instance. This was EC2 Instance Connect method. The other common method is connecting to your instance from your local machine using SSH. You can easily do that if your EC2 instance has a public IP address and being accessible over the internet. You can check your EC2 instance public IP here. Then you can follow the same steps, hit the connect button, but in here you can navigate to the SSH client tab. This page will give you simple instructions of connecting to your EC2 instance from your local machine. You can pop up your terminal and copy paste these instructions into your terminal. The first command will set the correct permission for the private key that got created and downloaded while creating your EC2 instance. And after that, we are ready to use our private key to connect to our address of our EC2 instance using SSH command. Well, that was a quick tutorial of EC2 instance creation in action. You can check out other videos for more configuration and tutorials. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and see you in the next video.